not just because you've only done 15% of it, but because we're a generation which is at the interface between that change where it will be digital by default in many cases. So we have to invest now. And what would it take? We've heard some of the ideas about how we get those partnerships going. And in some sense, working out how you can get and bear the cost of digitization in novel and new ways, and not sell out the raw content forever and a day, but think of new models that add new services. Brings us on to onto a later point. People of this afternoon, if there was one thread that came up and up and up, it was rights, rights, rights. We have got to make copyright work in the digital age, in the 21st century. There are many efforts to do this. There is a lot of good thinking in this space, but it, many people would say, is down to you to find a way forward in this. Associated with that is to explore new business models based on opening up content, to take a view that your services on the content is where the exquisite value lies. Whether that is a wonderful device on an app, a mobile that can converse with your language about the art collection you're looking at any one member state, that I would pay for. But I would pay for it, it would be possible if the content was freely available. And a final point, and I would say this, wouldn't I, but I do think that you can leverage, you can help exploit the power of open, because the Commission, nation states, cities and regions are looking at what open data means, what open licenses mean, and it will happen if we have open standards underneath that. So be bold is the big recommendation from this afternoon, because there is such value at so many levels here, and it is to Europeana's credit that it has begun this exciting journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nigel. Now, I think soon we're going to be able to see some of the treasures that have been digitally archived that member states have picked out as their particular favourites. It should come up on there. I think that's what's going to happen. And in that context, several ministers of culture have asked for the floor just to speak. So I would ask two things. First, please keep it very, very brief. And there is a price to pay for being allowed the platform. Because Nelly Cruz issued a challenge to, well, not just to culture ministers, but to national governments. Nigel says rights, rights, rights. The other thing that I picked up earlier in the debate